Hi, how's everybody doing? I hope you had a great weekend. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to start with a new unit, and this is going to be the trigonometry unit. You know me, I love trigonometry. So let's go ahead and get to it. The first thing we need to do is, you know me, I'm going to have to go ahead and get a ruler and do this stuff. These will be notes. Your assignment is going to be on special triangles, which I will also make a video for that. Okay, this is just some special terminology. Angle. An angle is formed by two rays with the same endpoint. So if you have something like this, there is an angle. Okay, and your vertex is the endpoint of the angle. So here's your vertex. There would be your vertex of the angle. When we talk about an angle and it in standard position, it is when you have a coordinate plane, the x and y axis, okay, something like this, okay, and one side, the origin, is right here at the 0, 0, okay, and one side is the x-axis. So let's say this is one side here. Okay, one side here is the x-axis, and this would be your angle. This is called in standard position. When the vertex of the angle is at the origin of the coordinate plane. Now, this initial side and terminal side, this is, I'm going to go back and use what we had up here. This one right here, down here, this, where I started, is going to be my initial side. Okay, so this would be my initial side. And I need to put an arrow because we could go either way. But this is where I started. My angle is moving like that. So up here then would be, I'm trying to get another color. Okay, so up here then, this one would be my terminal side. And those go with these down here. The initial side, the ray of an angle found on the positive x-axis when the angle is in standard position. This is my initial side right here. The terminal side is where I end up. Here is where I started. Up here is where I ended up. That's called the terminal side. Now, a positive angle, okay, it's going to go counterclockwise, and it is going to be greater than 0. Doesn't matter how far we go. When we start here and we go this way, we go counterclockwise, and it is positive, then that is a positive angle. A negative angle is one that is less than 0. So let's say I'm going this way. That's going to be a negative angle. And we always put these little marks right here so we know which way it's going. This one is going clockwise. This one is going in the negative direction. This one is going counterclockwise. It is going in the positive direction. It's very difficult, of course, for you guys to turn in something with an angle measure on it unless you're able to print it out and do that. So that's why these are just notes right here. But I wanted to show you what this would mean, okay, and how to do this. If you remember, we have 4 quadrants in the coordinate plane. This is quadrant 1. Quadrant 1 is between 0 and 90 degrees. Quadrant 2 is between between 90 and 180 degrees. This is a 9. Quadrant 3 is between 180 and 270 degrees. And then quadrant 4 is between 270 and 360 degrees. So these are our 4 quadrants. quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. And these are the positions in which they lie. So if right here, let's look at this one. If I'm going negative 135 degrees, here is my starting point. I know that each one of these is 90 degrees. So I'm going down negative 90 degrees and then another negative 45 degrees. It's going to be somewhere about in here, negative 135 degrees. Here is a positive 117 degrees. Here's my initial side. Here is 90 degrees, so 117 degrees, and I don't have a protractor, but it's somewhere around here, and I would make it like this to know which way it's going, and that is 117 degrees. All right? So we're going to review some things on the back, and some things on the back is going to be coterminal angles. Two angles can be in the exact same position if they share the same terminal side. So since in this whole unit, okay, we're going to call it a unit circle, but in this whole quadrant plane, we have 360 degrees. So to find a positive coterminal angle, I'm going to add 360 degrees till I get a positive angle. To find a negative coterminal angle, I'm going to subtract 360 degrees until I get a negative angle. So, and you can see these over here. I'm going to show you something. Let's say that we have this one right here. And this, let's say we're going this way and I've gone 90 and I've gone 45 more degrees. So this is 135 degrees. I've gone in the positive direction, 135 degrees. Another coterminal angle with that would be if I started here at my standard position and I went negative. Okay, this is negative 90, negative 180, and then 45 more degrees. That would be negative 225 degrees. My initial side is still the exact same. If I go positive direction, I went 135 degrees, and here's my terminal side. If I started here and went negative 225 degrees, I'm back at the same terminal side. One of the things I can do, if there are multiple, infinity coterminal angles, if I have an angle that is 135 degrees, and I can add 360. 495. So I could say that this one here, and I'm going to use my other highlighter, this could also be 495. If I start here, I go around 360 degrees and then do 135 more. Right there is 495 degrees. As long as I keep adding 360 degrees, I'm going to have coterminal angles. 855. Add 360, 1,215. And I could do the same thing with subtracting. If I had a 135 degree angle, subtract 360, there's my negative 225. Subtract another 360, negative 585. So we can keep doing these and keep going like that. I hope this clears some things up. You guys have a great day. Goodbye.